have to live the rest of my life knowing I wasn't there for my baby. She must have been terrified. She must have been terrified for her children downstairs. On the late night of October 9, 2023, at around 11:30 p.m., police dispatchers picked up a chilling 911 call. On the other end was a man's trembling voice. He admitted something unthinkable: he had just shot his fiancée. Officers rushed to the apartment, unaware of the heartbreak awaiting them. When they stepped inside, the scene before them was devastating. Lying on the floor was 46-year-old Amanda S. Williams, a beloved hairstylist known throughout her community. She had been shot multiple times. Only moments earlier, she and her partner had shared a life-changing moment. He had proposed, and Amanda had said yes. But the wedding they dreamed of would never come. This is the tragic story of Amanda S. Williams. Born on April 18, 1977, in Cleveland, Ohio, Amanda grew up surrounded by love in a big, close-knit family. She was raised by her parents, George L. Williams and Jewel Lewis, who instilled in her strong family values and a deep sense of community. Amanda's determination showed early. In 1995, she graduated from Shaw High School and soon after pursued higher education at Cleveland State University, where she earned her Bachelor of Science degree. This achievement set the stage for her ambitions. Amanda always dreamed of becoming a successful entrepreneur, and she lived her life with that vision guiding her. While she built her career, Amanda also poured her heart into being a mother. She raised her two children, Tyler M. Williams and Tris W. Beckley, with unwavering love and dedication. Later, she found joy in becoming a grandmother to little Tylen M. Williams, whom she adored beyond measure. Amanda's energy was magnetic, and her presence reached far beyond her immediate circle. On social media, she presented herself with radiant joy and bold ambition. Her posts brimmed with humor, positivity, and her zest for life. "I haven't made a reel in a couple of days. Instagram says I need to keep posting if I want to grow. So here's your reel. Tada!" she once joked, smiling into the sunlight before snapping another picture. To her friends and family, Amanda was unforgettable. She inspired those around her with her drive to dream bigger, work harder, and live brighter. Her confidence and determination left a lasting impression on everyone she met. And through her online presence, her influence stretched even further, lifting spirits, spreading positivity, and leaving behind a legacy of light. Amanda used her platform not just to share her life, but to uplift others. She believed in the importance of self-improvement and personal growth, and her messages reflected that. "It's cold outside. It's dry outside, ladies. We need to put that moisture back into our hair," she once said with her usual warmth. "That's why we have our hair and scalp serum. All natural ingredients, all good for your hair. It helps it grow, smells amazing, locks in moisture, and gives it a beautiful shine." Amanda didn't just promote a product, she shared her own experience. With her neat feeder braids in, she explained how her scalp often felt dry. "What do? I apply the serum directly to my braids and scalp. It brings them back to life, puts moisture back into my hair, wipes away the dandruff, and gets me all the way together." Her passion went beyond beauty tips. Amanda believed deeply in perseverance. She consistently urged her followers to rise above life's distractions and focus on becoming the best versions of themselves. Her posts were a lively mix of motivational quotes, empowering captions, and snapshots of her own journey. Whether she was teaching a styling technique, celebrating a personal win, or simply reminding people of their worth, she radiated encouragement. From a young age, Amanda had been captivated by the transformative power of beauty and fashion. She spent countless hours watching tutorials, experimenting with hairstyles on herself and friends, and noticing how even the smallest changes, a new haircut, a fresh makeup look, or a polished outfit could completely transform someone's confidence. Amanda's gift for styling began early. As a teenager, she would often transform her family's living room into a makeshift salon, braiding and styling the hair of friends and relatives. Word of her natural talent spread quickly, and before long, she was offering home services to neighbors who trusted her touch. Hey, "Hey, happy Saturday, everybody." She once greeted her followers with her usual cheer. "I just want to come on here and say thank you so much to all my clients who've been rocking with me through everything, even during the transition. You guys are the real MVPs. To everyone who's supported Amanda the stylist, whether you purchased the hair and scalp serum, Charm Diamond hair extensions, or for my fellas, the beard balm, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a happy Saturday and a blessed weekend." Her gratitude was genuine, and her supporters felt it. For years, Amanda built her reputation on hard work, consistency, and a true love for her craft. What began as a childhood curiosity soon became a lifelong passion. In 2023, determined to bring her vision to life, Amanda poured her energy into opening her own salon. She launched a la mode styles in University Heights, a trendy neighborhood just outside downtown Cleveland. The salon embodied her dream, a space where beauty, style, and self-care came together under her leadership. Amanda's entrepreneurial journey reflected her steady climb. Over time, she grew her clientele, strengthened her brand, and successfully expanded into her own line of hair care products. When A La Mode Styles celebrated its second anniversary, it marked more than a milestone. It was proof of her resilience, dedication, and undeniable business savvy. "Understand something," she reminded her audience one day. "Just because I don't post about it doesn't mean I'm not working. Not all hustle is loud. I like to move in silence and make my moves in private. I don't need validation from the internet, and I don't need pats on the back. I'm doing this for my family and my future." Her vision stretched even further. Alongside her salon, Amanda launched Charm Diamond, her own line of premium quality hair bundles. With pride, she showcased her products to her followers. "As you guys probably know, I sell premium quality bundle hair. It's called Charm Diamond. Let me show you some of the textures I have in stock. Of course, here's the Brazilian straight. Great quality, perfect for sew-ins or ponytails." Amanda wasn't just styling hair, she was building a brand, step by step, with a clear vision and an unshakable belief in herself. Next up, we have the Body Wave Curl Texture. "This one is my #1 seller," Amanda explained in one of her product videos, her enthusiasm shining through. "I use this for a lot of my installs. You can straighten it, you can curl it, and it gives you amazing body curls." She proudly showcased her collection one by one. Then we move on to the Loose Curl. "This one gives you maximum volume. Perfect for sew-ins, and trust me, these curls are popping." Next is our summer hair, the Italian Curl. This is your vacation go-to. Just wet it, add leave-in conditioner, spray it down, and boom, beautiful waves all summer long. And here's another bestseller, the Loose Body Wave. My clients love this one, and I do too. Amanda's confidence, drive, and magnetic energy painted a picture of a woman living her dream. But just when her life seemed picture-perfect, a devastating turn was waiting. While Amanda's professional journey was thriving, her personal life also appeared to be filled with love and joy. Her radiant personality had led her into a relationship with 41-year-old Terrell Edwards. For over 6 years, they built a life together. Terrell worked at a hospital and picked up driving jobs for Walmart on the side. To friends and family, they seemed solid, a loving couple who genuinely supported one another. They lived in Warrensville Heights, often sharing their happiness openly on social media. Their videos together were full of laughter, affection, and warmth, snapshots of a bond that looked unshakable. To anyone watching, Amanda had it all: professional success, a thriving business, and a love story that seemed to promise forever. "Hey, birthday girl," Terrell teased her in one of their clips. "What you doing? Having breakfast on your birthday?" His playful affection always drew smiles from those who watched. After years of being together, Terrell decided it was time to take things further. He had seen Amanda grow not just as his partner, but as a woman whose strength and compassion inspired everyone around her. He knew she was the one. With the support of Amanda's family and friends, Terrell planned a heartfelt proposal. The moment he dropped to one knee, Amanda's face lit up with sheer joy. Her surprise was genuine, her excitement impossible to hide. When he asked her to be his wife, she was overwhelmed with happiness, ecstatic that the man she loved wanted forever with her. But what came next would shatter everything. Amanda threw her arms around Terrell as the room filled with cheers, applause, and tears of joy from their friends and family. For her, this wasn't just a proposal, it was the start of a brand new chapter with the man she loved, a promise of a future she was eager to embrace. Together, Amanda and Terrell shared their milestones openly. From romantic Valentine's Day dinners to a birthday trip to Las Vegas where they enjoyed premium seats at an Usher concert, Amanda proudly captured their moments online. Her posts radiated love, laughter, and happiness, leaving followers charmed by their bond. But what the internet never saw was the reality behind the smiles. Despite being engaged for a year, their relationship was not as flawless as it appeared on social media. Tension had begun to creep in. Arguments became more frequent, disagreements grew sharper, and the once unshakable foundation they shared began to crack. In an effort to mend what was breaking, the couple turned to counseling, hoping therapy might heal the wounds and reignite what they once had. Yet Amanda couldn't ignore the unease that lingered. Red flags appeared, first small, then impossible to overlook, leaving her increasingly anxious about their future. Still, she held on, hoping things might change. Then came October 9, 2023. At around 11:30 p.m., police dispatchers answered a chilling 911 call from a distraught man. On the line, he confessed to an unthinkable act: he had just shot his fiancée. Officers rushed to the apartment, unaware of the tragedy waiting behind the door. Inside, they discovered a devastating scene. 46-year-old Amanda Williams, once so full of life and dreams, lay on the floor, her body riddled with gunshot wounds. Rescue personnel immediately sprang into action, clinging to the hope that she could be saved. Amanda was rushed to South Point Hospital, where doctors and staff worked desperately to revive her. But her injuries were too severe. Despite every effort, Amanda's life slipped away. Her death left family, friends, and the community in shock. How could this happen? How could Terrell, the man she loved, the man she trusted with her future, commit such a brutal act? The woman who once spread joy, ambition, and encouragement to so many was suddenly gone, leaving behind grief, unanswered questions, and an unimaginable void. The harshest truth was realizing that Amanda's life had been cut short by the very man who once vowed to love and protect her. Since Terrell himself had placed the 911 call and openly confessed over the phone, police immediately took him into custody for questioning. During his interrogation, however, Terrell offered a chilling account of what he claimed had happened that night. According to him, he and Amanda had gotten into a heated argument that spiraled out of control. He alleged that Amanda, in anger, confronted him in their bedroom, blocking his way out. Terrell claimed she threatened him, and when he tried to leave, the confrontation escalated. He further alleged that Amanda lunged at him with a weapon, leaving him no choice but to defend himself. It was then, he said, that he pulled the trigger, insisting it was self-defense. Despite the confession, Terrell Edwards was initially released, with authorities citing insufficient evidence at that moment to press formal charges. The Warrensville Heights Police Department and the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office reassured the public that the investigation remained active and urged anyone with information to come forward. But for Amanda's family and community, this response felt like a delay of justice, unsatisfying and deeply frustrating. Determined to seek accountability, Amanda's loved ones took to social media. Just 2 weeks after her death, they launched a campaign demanding a deeper investigation into Terrell's claims. Amanda's daughter, Tyler, became a powerful voice, channeling her grief into calls for justice for her mother. While Terrell had no prior felony record, those close to Amanda alleged a darker history. They revealed he had been arrested in 2019 for assaulting her, and in 2020, another woman filed a restraining order against him, accusing him of stalking and making threats. According to Amanda's family and friends, she had been planning to leave Terrell before her death. The campaign quickly gained traction. 23 days after Amanda's tragic killing, the Warrensville Heights Police Department released a crucial update. Evidence had been presented to a Cuyahoga County grand jury, and after reviewing the facts, the jury voted to indict Terrell Edwards. Following this decision, the prosecutor's office issued a warrant for his arrest, charging him with the death of Amanda Williams. But the most shocking revelation was yet to come. According to the prosecutor's office, the investigation uncovered evidence suggesting that Terrell's self-defense story was nothing more than a premeditated plan to kill Amanda. A warrant was issued for his arrest, though initial attempts to find him were unsuccessful. Authorities publicly urged him to surrender, and on Friday, November 3rd, Terrell finally turned himself in. He was taken into custody and held on a $1 million bond. Nearly 4 months later, on February 27, 2024, his trial began. The courtroom was tense, filled with Amanda's grieving family, friends, and community members waiting for answers. Prosecutors were determined to prove that Amanda's death was not an accident or a case of self-defense, but a deliberate act of violence. The jury now carried the weight of deciding which version of events to believe. The trial opened with testimony from Dr. Elizabeth Mooney, a deputy medical examiner for the county, who served as the prosecution's first witness. She testified that Amanda had died from multiple gunshot wounds. Her death ruled a homicide. Then came the evidence that would send shockwaves through the courtroom. Cell phone videos recorded by Terrell himself on the night of the shooting. Prosecutors argued these recordings revealed the truth of what really happened in those final moments. The footage showed a tense confrontation inside the couple's bedroom. Amanda appeared visibly upset, demanding that Terrell leave her home. The video captured a struggle, but what happened next shifted the focus entirely. Terrell reached under the mattress, retrieved a gun, and fired multiple times. The prosecution highlighted a critical detail to the jury. At no point in the recording did Terrell tell Amanda to drop the knife, nor did he warn her that he was armed or that he intended to shoot. Even more telling, the footage showed Amanda standing at a distance from him, moving toward the front of the bed, hardly the aggressive charge he had described. For the prosecution, the video painted a very different picture from the story Terrell had told police, and it became the centerpiece of their case. When it was Terrell's turn to testify, he painted himself as a man acting out of fear and desperation. He insisted he had no choice, claiming Amanda's behavior left him convinced his life was in danger. According to him, shooting her was the only way to protect himself. On the stand, Terrell described his relationship with Amanda as pretty good overall, but claimed things had taken a darker turn that day. He said their arguments began over text messages and escalated once he came home. According to his version, Amanda grew increasingly aggressive, at one point trying to force him out of the house. He went further, describing her as having red, bloodshot eyes and even suggesting she seemed possessed by a demon. He testified that Amanda warned him, "If you stay here tonight, you'll have to sleep with one eye open." Feeling unsafe, he claimed he moved 2 guns from his nightstand to his car. When he returned, he said he saw Amanda on the phone and assumed she was calling police. At that point, he decided to pack his belongings and leave. But before he could, Terrell alleged that Amanda confronted him with a knife. He said he began recording the altercation on his phone, but insisted the situation spiraled out of control. However, the video itself told a different story. The footage captured Amanda setting the knife down, a critical moment the prosecution hammered home. They argued that Terrell's claim of self-defense collapsed the instant Amanda was shown unarmed, calmly walking toward the front of the bed rather than charging at him. The prosecution also highlighted inconsistencies in his testimony and questioned the logic of his actions that night. Meanwhile, the defense tried to suggest Amanda might have retrieved the knife again at a point not visible in the video. But that argument faltered in the face of both the footage and the medical evidence, which painted a starkly different picture of the fatal encounter. Both sides agreed on one fact: Terrell Edwards shot and killed his fiancée, Amanda Williams. The only question left for the jury was, why was it an intentional act of murder or a desperate act of self-defense? Prosecutors argued it was rage, not fear. They told the jury that in early October, Amanda and Terrell's relationship had been strained, filled with arguments. That night, as they fought in their bedroom, Amanda told him to leave the house. Instead, they said, Terrell snapped, firing 6 shots in anger. The defense clung to its self-defense narrative, claiming Terrell used Amanda's own gun after she threatened him. In his emotional testimony, Terrell said he acted only to save his life, even justifying why he stopped Amanda's daughter Tyler from entering the room, claiming he only wanted to protect her from the trauma of seeing her mother in such a condition. But the prosecution's evidence was clear. Amanda had set the knife aside, and that single fact undercut the story Terrell desperately wanted the jury to believe. In the end, the prosecution's case proved decisive. The video evidence, coupled with medical testimony, dismantled Terrell's narrative. Amanda had already set the knife down. She posed no immediate threat when he chose to pull the trigger. After all the evidence was presented and closing arguments made, the weight of the decision fell to the jury. Was this truly self-defense? Or had Terrell Edwards taken Amanda's life without justification? On March 4, 2024, after carefully reviewing the evidence, Judge Gall delivered the verdict. Terrell Edwards was found guilty of 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, and 1 count of domestic violence. He was acquitted of aggravated murder but sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years. Because of firearm specifications, 3 additional 3-year terms were added, meaning he would not be eligible for parole for at least 24 years. With the sentence handed down, Amanda's family felt the first glimmers of closure. The pain of her loss would never fully fade, but the conclusion of the trial allowed them to begin healing, choosing to remember Amanda for the joy, love, and vibrancy she brought into the world, rather than the violence that took her away. On October 19, 2023, Amanda S. Williams was laid to rest at the Word Church in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Friends, family, and community members gathered in grief, honoring a woman whose life had touched so many. The tragic case of Amanda S. Williams is a haunting reminder of how love, anger, and betrayal can turn deadly. It underscores the painful truth that relationship violence often hides in silence until it's too late. What are your thoughts on Amanda's story and this trial? Do you believe justice was served? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next true crime story.